What made you come out?
Oh, I was just I was looking for somewhere to practice. Like I just want to get into it. I'm watching the sport like Devin Larratt and everything.
Yeah.
On YouTube. So I messaged like some arm bet TV thing, and then they told me to contact a couple guys in Belleville, Kingston.
Shit.
Oh, that's Dylan's power zone right there.
Yeah.
Thought I was going somewhere good.
I should definitely wash it. I don't know, do you wash straps? Are you supposed to wash straps, or is it like
I don't know
hockey
if
pads?
you do.
Like,
I think they just dry out. And,
yeah, fucking.
You know, the crunchier they get, you know,
Yeah,
the better, I think, right? You know?
That's what I like right there. Son of a bitch. Too strong. What are you doing now? Oh, I see.
Cheat, Daylan, cheat.
Once every 20 years with this thing. He just knows what he's got to be afraid of, that's all.
It's snappy.
So I got a feeling I don't think it's going to matter.
Oh, it does.
Will you let me hit you? Or?
Yeah, but you just go. When I say, like,
All right, that's it.
what I say. I hadn't even.
Did you guys put that on fucking video? Put her up there, I'm done. Yeah. Put that up in the cloud.
That's for the ranking.
Maybe if you move your hand down here, like Troy does, we might have a bit more movement.
That's a good one. Okay, I'll try that.
That way you don't.
Look at fucking telling him how to do shit, Keary.
What's up, guys? I'm Alex,
I'm Jason, we're the Table Monkeys, and this is Table Talks episode 14.
and we're in another place.
We are out in Belleville, Ontario.
Yeah.
Do you know Belleville? Have you ever been there before?
Yeah, I used to live there, actually.
Oh, really?
yeah, high school.
Yeah. So Alex's old hometown, coincidentally, and where all the arm wrestling competitions that we were doing before the pandemic were happening. So we used to travel out to Belleville to arm wrestle a lot. This weekend we traveled out there to practice, and this is if you've been watching BAL events, you might recognize the guy in the blue there. That's the ref Daylan Thomas, who refs for BAL, and he is hosting the practice today. So we are out at his place, and we got some awesome guys like you may have seen in the intro. Mr. Mike Gould is out there.
Yep.
And we also had Troy Eaton. We had Mike's brother Joe, and then this big guy in the back here is like some Canadian legend from back in the 80s. And he's an absolute monster. His hand is literally like a baseball glove.
Yeah.
Like, you've heard people say that before as an expression. No, his hand is literally like a baseball
he's
glove.
a giant.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's coming back from a back surgery,
Yeah.
so he's just holding everyone, but yeah, he just swallows you up with his giant hand.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And laughs in your face, basically.
Yeah. And so these guys getting into it here. Really good practice. Practicing with someone like Mike is just, it's awesome. Just because of who he is, like his persona, his voice, his his personality in practice is awesome. But his knowledge and the way the stuff he can tell you is crazy. And then he's retardedly strong. His left arm is amazing.
Even with all his surgeries and injuries and broken bones.
Yeah. He was saying his right arm. He said that he had like 4 or 5 broken bones in his right hand, and he has like a torn tendon that he's just dealing with, and his right arm I could still barely move it.
And then both his bicep tendons have
been torn and everything, and it's a brutal sport. It's not just holding hands.
Yeah, but if you love it, you don't quit.
Stop. Yeah, and that. Like leathering over time is what makes you so solid, you know?
Yeah.
And, but yeah, no, he's a beast. Right when we first started gripping up, we didn't get my first, sort of round with him when I was a lot fresher, which was maybe a little bit better, but still not much movement happening. But as soon as we start gripping up and I'm like going to like get some stuff in the grip, he just looks at me and he's like, "What? You don't want to arm wrestle?" Like, it's just that attitude. It's just, I don't know, it's legend. It's awesome. It's awesome.
You got a few stops on him with the Kings.
Yeah, he did say he felt strong, and he gave me lots of compliments, and he was blown away at the fact that I've only been pulling for a year. And yeah, I was able to. I did stop his left a couple times on our first, like when I felt fresh.
Yeah.
And I mean, he got around it and he got through it, but he noted that it was strong down there, and that he did, have to stop and figure out a way around it. So that's pretty cool. I'm definitely happy with that. Take that as a win for the day. So and I'm really beat up at this point too, but that's the point. You gotta, I'm as fresh as I can be for this practice and just getting eaten up quick. So.
Yeah, but there's still so much to learn even when you're beat up and you can't.
Yeah,
go
well,
as
it's
hard as
better,
you
right?
want.
Because it's like Devin says, strong pull stupid. Like, as soon as you lose some of that strength, you got to start looking for all these different angles, and like that's where I start finding stuff. I always find stuff at the end of practice, like what you were doing with your pec on the hook and all that.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have even, maybe I might not have even been able to feel that properly if my arm was still so good. But because my arm was so burnt up, like as soon as I added the pec in the way you were saying, it alleviated. Like, oh, my arm was like, oh, thank you, like a little relief. And
Finally using something else.
Yeah, exactly. And,
it's like Ryan Bowen now with
his shoulder.
His shoulder. Now he's figuring out
how to use his hand and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. This guy's awesome, Dylan. Yeah, Dylan's a great puller. So he's number 10, I think we were saying, on 198, and that maybe he needs a match to start moving up that ranking.
Definitely does. But he's light right now. He's only 187, so
yeah. Well, he's still in that class. So,
I know, but he can gain some weight and get even stronger.
Yeah.
It's just scary.
Yeah, no, he's really good. Awesome hand and good angles, just smart puller. So yeah, it was fun, really fun pulling with him. I like pulling with him a lot.
Yeah,
and
his wrist is iron.
Yeah.
Even though you did manage to take it, but
it's all the tricks, and I just couldn't hold those presses today. My arm was so tired and sore there. It's interesting. Once things burn out, you learn like what parts of your body you're using for certain parts of the move, and when it's right there, because I have no bone locks or anything like that, I'm not Michael Todd, my arm does straighten out completely. When I get there, it's all just brack and like upper bicep and forearm to like hold that up tight, and when that connection through your brachialis is sore, it just like that, it just feels like butter, I'm sure.
So here's another arm wrestling legend, Troy Eaton, pulling with Daylan.
Yeah, he would have been in the intro too, and he's again his like the little tips, right? Like again, it's such a technical sport. Like so, what he was showing me for like this one was great. Like if somebody's carving in on you, so when they're carving in, if you can't get the ref to straighten the match out enough, and you're forced to kind of match him and carve in as well, but you want a top roll, means you want to get back and outside. When you're carved in like that, it's really hard to get around them. It's like awkward for you. So he like showed me a way where, like with a defensive hook, you're going to kind of shoot your pinky forward and supinate hard and then drag and try to get into a good position there. Well, what he was saying to do is almost the same, but instead of shooting on a bit of an angle with your pinky, you shoot like straight up, like a post. Like you're posting for a top roll, but you're doing it, instead of doing it with your first knuckle, you're doing it with your pinky knuckle, and or like your index knuckle, your pinky knuckle instead. And that just totally changes the angle, even though it's like a millimeter, you know. And then the way you're able to drag and like turn that what looks like a defensive hook into an actual top roll, it felt awesome, And then you were saying he was telling you something too about like the setup, right?
Yeah, he was telling me that in the setup, he'll have his riser just dropped a little bit. And then right as he suspects the ready go is about to come, he'll drive his elbow forward just a tad and rise a little bit more, and to give his opponent that split second of, oh shit, my hand is not in a good position, or as good as it was just before. And then when the ready go happens, his opponent is flustered, and it's straight to the pad.
And it's a great way to get that angle. I heard somebody complaining about Frodo Hoagland. They were like, oh, he keeps doing this thing with his wrist where he's like he's ducking his riser, and then right before the go he rises it up, and then I lose all my positioning and I'm trying to figure out how to deal with it. So it's a good move, and I think like Travis kind of does that too, like with the way he does it a little bit more aggressively, like with his whole body. But yeah, there's
so many
all those little
learn,
tricks that you got to know, and it's all based around what you want and what your opponent wants, and keeping them away from that while getting as close as you can to what it is that you want, So this guy's an armbet guy, eh?
This was the guy, who found out about this practice through armbet, and this is his first practice.
That's awesome.
He's a strong freaking dude. He did not quit.
You had some good pulls with him, eh?
It was not easy.
No, everybody was noting. Everybody was noting how strong he was, And he was in pain, and he's gonna hurt the next day, but he seemed pretty dedicated. So if he sticks to his rehab work, first couple of months. Did you see Steve Top Roll? Let's give you a shout out. Did you see his post about his rehab gains? He's like, when I first started, it was like 2 weeks before like my elbows felt good, and now it's like maybe a couple days. You know, so that's it. It is a couple months of agonizing pain, and then as long as you keep doing that rehab work,
you'll still be in pain,
and keep hitting the table. You'll still be in pain, but it'll be less, and it'll be a lot shorter. Like, it's a lot quicker when you start to feel better. So that's cool. It's cool.
Anyway, here's you and Daylan again.
Yeah, and Daylan, he's called me out. He wants a super match. So I brought up the fact, I was like, hey, but how come you're not ranked? Like, you're pretty fucking strong, you know? And he made the point that he just hasn't been in a lot of tournaments and stuff, I guess, recently, and blah blah blah. But I guess it fired him up a bit, and he called me out and said that because I'm 10th on super heavies on left, that he's got to have a match with me on left. Unfortunately, he's got to wait because we have some matches lined up.
Right, we got BL 104 coming on September 19th, and you've got a couple super matches. I've got a couple super matches.
Yeah, there's a few other super matches, plus there's a giant round robin with a whole bunch of ridiculously good 176 guys.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a crazy day. So just quickly, who are you going against?
So I've got a right and left with Burhan, Draxabai.
Big boy, right?
Oh, yeah,
like,
he's getting beefy. Yeah, you'll see the poster up on the Facebook soon enough.
Yeah, no, and he's been practicing, training. He's strong. It's gonna be a good match.
Sure,
yeah.
And then
as you are, you've been training hard. You're looking good and getting stronger. So I'm excited for that match. Yeah. So you guys are gonna start it off, and then later in the day, I got a right-handed match against Mike Mendy, who I've never met before, but he's a London puller. He's like 6 foot, like 255, supposed to be like stupid strong in the hook. So we'll see how that goes. Obviously going to look for a top roll in that one. And then the sort of big match for rankings is with Ray Belmore.
Yeah.
So this guy is a beast.
And he's ninth on the rankings. He's ninth,
right? So he's one up on me. So it'll be me trying to actually solidify that ninth spot. He sent me his stats. He said 6'5", 265, 20.5 inch arms, and 18 inch forearms.
Yeah.
So he's a beast, no question about it. And he's got a huge hand. I know you gripped up with him. You said it's like Devin's, maybe even a bit bigger, right?
It's way too thick. You're gonna be Tiny the Giant Killer that day.
Yeah. So
Goliath.
I got plans for it. I'm excited for it, and we're gonna see how it goes.
Yeah.
So that's the end of the video.
We hope you liked it.
If you did, leave a comment in the thing and subscribe and all that good stuff, and we will see you guys next time.
Monkeys out.
Enjoy the last clip.
Thank you, sir. Yep. Woo! Oh, I got him right where I want him. He's done. Done. I was playing possum. Oh, bailing out.